Okay, so I am Megan Freed, and perhaps the most awkward invitation up to the stage ever, but thank you all, and the clinicians on stage really did a beautiful job queuing this up for me, so you can stay.
Yeah, that's
no?
okay.
Okay, they're gonna leave. So just a brief couple of minutes, I wanna put a little bit more, I guess, meat on the bones to what the DCRN is. You heard it mentioned this morning by several of the clinicians. You might be familiar with our end-of-year fundraising campaign at the end of 2024, going into 2025. And it is being presented like a new initiative, right? But in many ways, this is a very natural evolution of many of the programs that PPMD has run and launched over time. This really is an idea to revolutionize how we're studying Duchenne and doing it from the perspective of being the most flexible and the most adaptive as we can be. One of the reasons you're not hearing a lot about this, right, is because we are kind of building the car as we're driving it, right? This is designed to be a network and an initiative that will be responsive to the landscape, whether it's the therapeutic landscape or what we're hearing from the community, kind of ad nauseum over time. So why are we doing this now? Perhaps rather obvious, we are in a very exciting and pivotal moment in the treatment landscape with 8 approved therapies. PPMD, over the last 5 or 6 years, we have worked very closely on developing different tools and infrastructure, such as our interchange, which is a data warehouse, essentially, that can house disparate sources of data from various different settings. We also have our EHR extraction study, which is getting that real-world data that you heard those clinicians talk about on boys living with Duchenne and pooling it together in our data warehouse with other types of data so that we can learn from greater populations and greater types of data. And then, of course, we need this greater level of aggregation because even though all of these clinicians are doing a fabulous job treating their patients, they still only have that knowledge that is in their own individual data set, right? There were 4 clinicians on stage from 4 different institutions. I can guarantee you that they are daily looking at least 4, if not 8 or 12 different databases to look across the data for these young men. And we're going to start with an observational study. This is really just about learning from those post-gene therapy patients. It's looking to follow them over time, again, aggregate and characterize the long-term efficacy of these therapies. We have ideas of how they will work over time based on clinical trials, but again, we need to be considering the real-world environment and how these patients kind of live and interact on a daily basis. And also, clearly, we need to be following these patients on sequential therapy, right? We just don't have enough data in an aggregate form with enough volume to learn from it. And when are we starting? Well, now. Actually, as I alluded to, this is a project that has been under consideration for many, many years and kind of under development for the last 12 months. We are starting with a subset of our certified Duchenne care centers. We have 7 of them that have agreed to join with PPMD on this initiative and pool data in a way that has not yet been done in Duchenne before. This observational study will launch in 2025, and then we are very quickly going to be morphing the study into therapeutic arms. So that means the eligible patients that enroll in this observational study will then have an opportunity to add on different therapies in a clinical setting, as well as add on therapies that are approved and available today on the market. All of this data will be pooling into one place so we can really kind of move the science forward faster. And that's about it. So you'll be hearing a lot more about this over the coming weeks and months and years. I'm interested in talking to anybody who wants to approach me throughout the conference. Thank you all very much.